agree with me or not, you should agree with the market fluctuation and the price. You should understand what factors played inside this asset last time in last bull run. That's the history of the price fluctuation. You should understand that. Then you should learn what that means to the next market cycle, which is 2020 to 2021 mark up. Why do you want to learn that? Why do you want to understand this? Because even the behemoths have trouble learning this technology, and if they have hard time learning first generation blockchains such as Bitcoin, they are never going to get into advanced tech like XRP. They'll just say, okay, I'll invest, I don't understand, but it's going up and the technology is being adopted and it is changing lives and business, so I'm investing in it. So that is the FOMO, and we can see the FOMO kicking in the form of huge price fluctuations, right? Huge price fluctuation. And that is your opportunity. And what is your opportunity? This is your opportunity. And why do I say this is kind of your opportunity? Do you still have a doubt and you need more idea about it? What do you really think this shows you? Then look at this. If you need more, you can understand. What is this highlighting? What does this mean for you? You still have doubt? You need more? Look at this, what it really points to you. So all of this, when you read this one and highlight, go through others, you kind of get clear perspective that we will have a lot of changes. Now, if you don't understand that, stay put. We will detail through all of these, and then the price fluctuations. We will go through different points which you should note and different areas, different indicators, and what that means. Welcome to the Scientific Investor family, where we discuss crypto and science behind investing regularly. I really hope you guys understand there is a lot happening in the market. Say, others may kind of suggest to you that, you see, Bitcoin is not going anywhere, it's moving like that from one end. But the others will say, you'll see, all coins are just shit coins, Bitcoin is the only asset moving up. So there will always be that thing. But do understand, once an asset go up, they'll take profit and they'll look at another assets which are undervalued. If you were here back in time, say 2017, 2018, you understood one thing. Say Ethereum reaches $400, XRP is around 0.4 to 0.5. So right now, if you see, the price just matched up. Just 1 or 2 days back, I highlighted this to you guys. If XRP is still at 0.3's level and Ethereum is already reaching 470, I told you guys to look out. This is going to match up, and that really happened. Now, next target, as we highlighted for Ethereum, was like, say, reaching around 800, 700, 800. So that means XRP is going to really pump towards that side. And why do we all think that? Because I'm so sure that the old system, the financial system, is kind of getting dead, and it is being pushed into that by the technology. Now, if you have understood these, it would be really easy to trade different assets, not only XRP. And this is one of the comment which I got in the Patreon, and I'm really happy because these guys really keep me motivated. And it's not only one. When we go through all the different posts I put regularly in the Patreon based on their assets, it really gets interesting because majority of them have a lot of variety of crypto assets, say at least 10-20 of these, which I regularly do updates, create updates, daily targets, weekly targets, monthly, and the market cycle itself. The response which I get is, I really feel really happy as they are reaping the benefits right now. I know majority would say that this technical analysis is not valid, but when I plotted things from last 3-4 months, and that's really what's happening right now, this Scientific Investor family should be happy about it. If you're only looking at XRP, and if you're looking for more assets, say if you're looking at XDC, Quant, XLM, Ether, Bitcoin, and all the different assets like say ADA, IOTA, and all other stuffs, then yes, you can look into the Patreon group. The link is in the description below. I will not say this to you guys like, don't be excited. You can be excited. There is nothing wrong in being excited as we are moving to the upside. Yes, we should be excited, but there should be a level of excitement which you should have, because you should not be overexcited. Now, yes, the price will go up and down, there would be fluctuations. Just now we hit 0.5, and that's not a small thing considering where we were just a couple of days before, right? So if you look at the actual market cycle, you will understand one thing. In the 4 different phases of the market, you only have one phase in which the price goes parabolic to the upside. And if it's just started, think what the next coming months and say next year will be giving you. It would be a huge markup considering what XRP has done in the past. It's going to be so huge. Now, this is just a zoomed in view of XRP and what it did last time before it just broke through the all-time highs. It was consolidating in one particular area, and that resistance was valid from a long time. If you remember, I highlighted this from last couple of months, saying we will reach this area and we will show that breakout, and we just did that. But look what really happened. It came that this is a weekly chart, so look at the wick here. You will understand that it reached and it kind of wicked at that area. It went up, but it closed at that level. So what does that really mean when you're looking at this? We went above, we are here, and that's actually a cool sign. It's not a bad thing, but we broke above the 200-day moving average on a weekly chart. So even if we retrace back to that 200-day moving average and bounce back, you shouldn't be surprised. But you have to understand that after that, yes, you had overhead resistance like this one, and this one, but the price only respected the all-time high, even though it wicked even above that, and then came back to this as a support. While it was moving to the upside, it didn't even care about the resistance line or resistance in that particular zone. So that is what you may see here as we are moving to the upside. Chances are we may move directly towards $1 and then towards the all-time highs and then correct back. So there would be a huge price fluctuation once we have that, say, 50%, 30% a day price fluctuation. So when these happens, majority would look at the market and say, I don't actually understand what this is. But you just have to understand this. The accumulation, that's 3 phases of accumulation, is completed. The markup is started. So what does that mean? Because if you look here, you can see something clearly as I have highlighted here. If you look at the chart here, you can see this price fluctuation. Then the price goes above that with a huge volume there. That gives you the eyesight that it is clear that we made this. So if we are still at the end of that accumulation, what would you be looking at as the price value for this asset at the top of the cycle? That is a hard question to answer, but technical analysis kind of guides us to the same direction and states that yes, we made this bottom. This looks like the bottom. Last time, as I highlighted, this is not the one time. It is repeatedly checking that area, flirting with that level and pumping to the upside. Now this particular pump here gives you the confirmation that it did what it told. Meaning, if you understood the language of technical analysis, it already showed you that it's making this triangle pattern, and we are going to burst through, giving you like 160, 170% of price fluctuation. Just measure from the bottom to the top of the triangle, you get 170% of profit. So if you measure that 170% from the top of this triangle and plot it here, you kind of reach around 0.8. So say 80% of that is being achieved. So you are reaching around 0.75. Just the target of this particular pattern at the accumulation range. Now, if that bottom of these cycles are being valid, just plot the top of these cycles and you'll understand what we are really talking about. Because if you plot this, majority would just say, no, the price is not going to reach those levels. It will never reach because of the market cap. What does the market cap actually mean for you guys? If governments can print money, say how much cash came into the economy in just last 1 year, then you will understand what can happen and what will not happen. Because if you just measure this point towards the top somewhere here, the price is reaching around $200 and you can see 80,000% gains. Now that is from the current point, right? If you just look at these time frame, we haven't considered the time fluctuations there. And if you do consider those who accumulated at the bottom, not exactly at 0.12, 0.11 level, it was really hard to accumulate. But if you are considering that level, you'll understand what we are really talking about. You see, if you bought in at that level, it's 150,000%. If you're buying at these levels, it is 80,000%. Now, yes, I do agree 80,000% is profit. 80x your money is not a small thing. That is a huge 800x your money is not a small thing. That's a huge thing. But if there is a chance that you can get 1400x, will you be looking at that, or will you be looking at half of that? That is the question. And that's why I told you guys previously that what I am looking at is the accumulation area here, accumulating as much as I can, and I did that. Now it's the time to enjoy this ride. Don't be confused with the price fluctuations, taking your profits in the shorter term and jumping back in. Why I say so? Look at this. I'll just show you one thing. This is 1000%, 1300% profit. 1300% profit is not a bad thing. Again, this is 1200%, 1300% profit. It's not a bad thing. And again, if you are taking from these bottoms, you are again getting 1600% profit. So think you bought in when the price went up, you took the profit, and then you bought at the bottom. Wow, that is cool. So what did it actually give you in total? Say 1300 here, 1300 here, and 1600 here. Would you take that one, or will you directly take this one? That is 75,000%. Now that's one choice. Or will you look at the bottom to the top, which gave you 140,000%? So if that history is there for you to learn, you to study it, then that should be what you are doing. Now, if we are looking at this, now it may be like, the time frame which we are looking at can be different. So chances are you can really actually plot this value and say just take different indicators and use from this. It's currently based on what you actually understand. If you don't, then you can just take the history, take it and move it to the side, put it somewhere here, looking at how this price. Now this is a little volatile with my mouse. I don't know how it works with yours, but if you look here, you are reaching around $200. So the time frame consumed for that type of movement from this point is not a day or a week. You should understand that it's 322 days till the top. So that's kind of a year till the top. But in that year, as I highlighted previously, it would be like 20 days here, 20 days here, 20 days here. Just 60, 70, 80 days of fluctuation to the upside. If you miss some of the days in the total 322 days, you won't be reaching that huge profits. Now, why are we talking about these kind of high prices right now? Because if you look at the indicators on a weekly or a monthly, it's completely up to you. Look at the volume here. This volume in this week is way higher than what we had in the all-time highs. And then the RSI, look back, when was the RSI in the overbought territory for XRP on a weekly? Now, look what just happened. The RSI reached there, volume is huge, so you understand easily that something just changed hugely. We got that here. Now the confirmation is getting again here on a weekly, giving you that candle. Now this was when the price was around 0.37. Now why I'm showing you that now? Because right now, if you go back to that weekly chart and take out all those indicators, you get this. Now that chart was something which I put in my Patreon, saying something is changing hugely and we are going to get a lot of fluctuations. And those who believed and put their positions, waited to take profit instead of jumping out of the ship, are really reaping the benefits right now. And I just showed you how happy they are, right? So if you look at those and the indicators like that, it kind of clearly gives you that idea that we have huge uprun ahead. Because if this happens, first time here, you can see that. Now, okay, I'll take you back, guys, towards that and see. First time when the RSI hit that levels in these price indicators, say RSI, MACD and all, when the RSI hit that level, you have to see the MACD as well, because say the RSI is showing you that it is going to the upside. Here, the first time, if you look back, That was during the previous highs, but here it just kicked up all the moving average. The price went way above that, and then it continued the rally. So if you look at how high the RSI just went, now it can take a little breather on a weekly itself, but do understand that it's not only the RSI which is showing you that it is going to rock on from here, because the ride has just started. If you look at the MACD, it still has a lot of room to the upside. Just zoom out and look where is the top. It will be here, 0.471 in the MACD index. So if you come down and look where we are right now, it's just 0.0258. That means the upside is asymmetrical and you are going to be surprised with these levels. Now if it reaches like say $100, $200, it would be something which we calculated. But if it reaches say $500, $1,000, that's not what some of us are prepared for. We would be kind of fainting down, but be prepared to take profits as the price goes up, because in this market, you don't lose your money, others take your profit. So in that aspect, you should be taking a little bit of profit, but holding a huge chunk to get through this entire market cycle. And understand that using a daily chart at the top. How do you understand where the price is going to go down? You will get the distribution phase. Now the distribution phase in XRP tends to be a little confusing, but you will get that idea. From here, the market showed you there is sellers in the market. Again, the price went up and there was sellers. It gave you multiple indicators and then a huge break to the downside using this candle. So even if you didn't exit the market around 3.8, you still had a chance to exit the market by 2.5. Because considering where you came from, that is still a huge profit. So we would be updating each price fluctuations to the detail and what we should be looking at daily here. And that's not only for this one asset, because if you look at the market price fluctuation for different assets, say Ether, it's also moving well. If you look at Algo, Cosmos, and a lot of different assets, it's all doing well. Now, when we say all of this, I would actually take you guys again to this from tweeted out by Mikey B. Fresh. Because, I didn't actually see that before, and when Mikey highlighted me, I was like, okay, shout out to Mikey, man. He did a cool job, because I was looking at these news, and in my heart, I actually knew that, okay, this is going to be something when Singapore is saying this is going to be something with a Ripple net. And then I saw this one from, the opportunities at Ripple, and what is being highlighted here is really cool to watch and see, because it is own partnerships with central banks on CBDC projects. Wow. Marketing with an initial focus on developing a CBDC strategy. Wow, that's huge. I don't know how huge it will be in terms of market fluctuation, in terms of the total value, but it's for sure that it's so huge. If you miss out this time, it won't be. I can assure you that personally, I strongly believe that this market cycle to the upside will be way higher than what it did last time. Consider this as wave 1. Go to a monthly chart and look at use Elliott wave analysis, and say if you follow Ben Gravis in Twitter, you'll understand he did Elliott wave analysis previously showing it can reach above $8,000. And many were kind of saying, no, it will never reach there. And I personally believe that at least in this cycle, we may reach 3 digits, but 4 digits can be in next cycle. But think, I can be wrong. Central banks will pump their money through this network and it can reach 4 digits. It can change in next 1 year, because the bull market tends to be 1 year. For XRP, yes, it is really short time in fluctuation. But if you look at other assets, say if you move and jump into BTC and look at that market cycle which went to the upside, take number of days of fluctuation it took to reach that high, and it almost did that always. It went from the bottom to the up around 823 days. And you just saw XRP did that in 320 days. Now, if you look how much days of relaxation were there in Bitcoin, can see a little. But in XRP, you would have missed majority of the gains if you were out of the market for just say here, this is a monthly chart, say, as it is showing you these fluctuations. In order to get a detail, you can go into a daily chart, just zoom out and see how many number of days it really took to reach that level. If you look 3 days here, negative 5 days here, then a correction, then say 10 days here. If you measure that accurately, you'll understand it's around say 80 days. If you miss that 80 days, you missed 90% of your profit. So when these kind of stuff happen, others from other networks will jump back in because they see huge price fluctuation. And that's the worst thing to do. If you believe in an asset, whatever it is, let it be BTC, Ether, XRP, and it's starting a bull run, don't jump the ship. If you want to add some money extra into other networks, that's perfectly fine. But if you're taking profit from here, unless it kind of shows you that distribution phase, showing that it reached that top, you're making a mistake. You're not getting the maximum benefit of that market cycle, because the market cycle is always showing you what it can happen. If you see that symbol here, it is showing you that it is slowing down. The higher high is a little bit from there, but then you always have that top which kind of pops up and surprises a lot. And that's why Warren Buffett, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki, Jim Rogers, and everyone says we don't actually care about the top 10-15%. Why? Because that can happen in multiple different ways and it can confuse you. So at the top, if you really don't care about that top 10-20%, you can still reap 80% of that huge price fluctuation, because that's how you understand this market cycle. And if you come back here, you will understand clearly that the market really showed you that trend, highlighting there is a chance of distribution happening right now, whales taking their profits slowly out. And it really got interesting by this area. It showed you a shooting star, it showed you that reversal sign and gave you that. So right now, we are not in for that. Instead, we are in for a huge rally. But why are we highlighting that? As we move up, you should be aware of these scenarios when it is playing out. Now it's the time to sit back, enjoy your ride, and understand these stuff are happening in the background. The old financial system is going to go away as soon as possible, because once this bull market kicks in and profits kind of flows in, a lot of people would be surprised that they'll jump in from stocks, commodities, and other side of different asset class. And these kind of things really gets interesting. If you look at this tweet from XRP Crypto Wolf, you'll understand New York Stock Exchange Vice Chairman says talks are accelerating with cryptocurrency firms. So do understand, change is here. It's not coming, it's here. This tweet highlights London-based think tank says Ripple XRP remittance platform can minimize intermediaries. So where we talking about this? Yeah, back in the CBDC arena. So we are getting to reach there, and these kind of boost is going to give you a lot of profit. And I respect Kevin Kane's opinion, and I would also propagate the same here. I hope you all stay humble in the years ahead when XRP inevitably moves and you get a hell lot of profits. Think, even if you don't believe in God, I personally do, and I'll say, do believe in God, do believe in humanity, help others. If it is financial education, it's cool. But for kids, old age people, financial education is not of huge use. Instead, your help would be useful. So remember that when you have a lot of profit, while things are evolving, we'll update you every day regularly here with the technical analysis. And if you would like to gain more technical analysis indicators for various different assets, you can look up my Patreon. That's the link in the description below. If you guys received value for your time, please do support the channel, hit that like and subscribe button. I'll meet you guys on the next video. Bye for now.